going on, guys? So I'm sure some of you may have seen this car floating around the internet in various videos. The biggest one being where the airbag's deployed. This is the car that the airbags blew at 140 miles an hour. Now, since then, it's gotten a rap and different things done to the car. It's been through different changes, many changes. It's been built twice, and we're on the current build right now, which is a fantastic build by Complete Street Performance in Westchester, Pennsylvania, so I want to give a big shout out to them. But the basics of the car, you know, there's a lot of stuff done to it. A lot of stuff I did keep stock looking. The exterior of the car is essentially stock with the exception of the wheels and the tires, and obviously the wrap. But under the hood, we have the stock LSA block that is now, instead of a 376 cubic inch motor, it's a 380 cubic inch motor, built by late model engines, and it's built with Cali's performance rods, diamond pistons. It's got Brodix CNC ported 6-bolt heads on it. It has the factory LSA blower, which has been ported also by late model engines. It's also fitted with a nitrous outlet blower plate setup that's good for a 300 shot of nitrous, and that's what we're running on the car currently. And it's equipped with a nano system to assist the nitrous, keep the pressure up to optimal standards really when I'm racing. Little things here and there on the car. The camshaft in the car is the Lunati spec camshaft from Complete Street Performance. It has Cook's inch 7/8 headers to basically no cats and dump straight out. It doesn't have a catback exhaust system, anything like that. It is run strictly open header, so it is a little bit loud, but I love it. It sounds awesome. And obviously when you have the bald eagle with the American flag on the side of it, it's got to have the exhaust to go with it. The car is also fitted with an interchiller from Forced Inductions Interchillers in Australia. It's an awesome piece of machinery that keeps the blower cool all the time, and it uses the AC Freon to cool the coolant to the blower. So the blower stays cool optimally all the time, and you still get, as long as you retain your AC, you can use an interchiller. The car also has different pulleys. It's got a smaller upper pulley, a bigger lower pulley. I think it's a 2.5 upper and a 9.5 lower. And I'm sure here's what you all are wondering: what does the car make? How much horsepower does it have? Well, on nitrous it makes about 1,000 horsepower because the car is fitted with a Turbo 400 with a really high stall converter. The Turbo 400 is from Rosso Transmissions, and Neil Chance built the stall converter for this car. So there's a lot of slippage in the converter, so it does put down a little bit less than it should, but it still puts down about 1,000 horsepower on spray. Off spray, it's a little under, about 800 to the wheels. So the car is definitely a monster on or off spray, and it's really fun to drive.
So it looks like you have the stock interior pretty well removed in this car. Tell us a little bit about the inside.
Yeah, so the interior, everything from the back all the way is essentially removed. I kept the front essentially stock with, except for the seats. I wanted to get rid of the heavy front seats in the 5th gen, and they both weigh over 50 pounds, so I saved about 110 pounds just removing the front seats and putting these in. These are lightweight Corbeau seats, and obviously it's fitted with the 5-point harness.
And you know you mean business when you got a fire extinguisher right next to you.
Yeah, got the fire extinguisher, 10-point roll cage, custom made from Westie's Speed Shop in Ephrata. Did a great job on the cage, and that's completely fitted for this car, custom made. And I also have the dash is essentially stock, like I said. Everything up front is very similar to what factory would be. We fitted the B&M Bandit shifter for the Turbo 400 in a manual center console, so that works there. I got all my switches for the nitrous right by my knee, so I can easily access it when I need it.
So with all this go, how about the whoa? What do we have for brakes on this thing? Looks like you have a little bit smaller wheel in the back.
I do, yep, which means smaller brakes, because obviously those of you guys know the ZL1s come with pretty big brakes front and rear, and I had to drop down to a 15-inch conversion in the back to fit the 15-inch wheel. This is a 15 by 10 from Weld beadlock S71 rears, and then this is a 28 10.5 15 Hoosier bias ply slick, just full slick for the track. And I had to do the Carlisle Performance brakes in the back, and they are by Willwood to fit that wheel, really, because it won't clear the regular ZL1 brakes. Now up front we still have the stock ZL1 brakes, because they will clear a 17-inch wheel. That's what these are. These are also Welds. These are the Alumistar fronts. 4.5-inch front, 17 by 4.5-inch fronts with the 27.5-inch 4.5 17 tire from Hoosier as well. That's also a bias ply front runner, and they just fit. So we're going to keep it a 17-inch wheel. If I drop to a 15, it would not fit. So that's why we got 17s up front, and we got the 15s in the back for more traction. And then I use my brakes to stop the car, but when I'm going really fast, we got to pull the chute.
I was going to say, there's a little bit of hardware hanging out the back.
Yeah. So that is required when the car traps speeds of over 150 miles an hour, which this car has. So that's why the parachute is on. That is an NHRA requirement, as well as a battery cutoff switch here. This is wired directly to the battery and the alternator. So as soon as I flip this off, it cuts power to the entire car. That's required as well in the class that I'm running. The 10-point roll cage is required. The 5-point harnesses are required. My Turbo 400 has a SFI rated bell housing that is also required by the NHRA, and you also need to get, every roll cage has to be inspected and certified by an NHRA certified chassis inspector, and then you get this little sticker here that lasts X amount of years, and then once it expires you get it re-inspected to make sure everything's good. So in order to run these times, not a lot of people understand that. People see the video of like the Dodge Demon, oh, it got kicked out of the drag strip, right? It's too fast for the drag strip. Well, that's actually true. Now, it's not too fast for the drag strip. There isn't a car that's too fast for the drag strip, but it does not meet the NHRA requirements, which means they won't let you race the car. So there was a lot of work I had to do to this car, not just safety wise, but I had to do a lot of research and make sure this car could run on a track without me getting hassled by the track officials. And that's some stuff that people don't really know about when you're racing, and you think you can just put 1,000 horsepower in a car and go down the drag strip, everything's okay. Well, I guarantee they won't let you do it, you know, if you're running too fast. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to research when you're doing this sort of thing. So it's come a long way, and I've learned a lot, but I'm essentially up to standards on everything safety wise, which is good. Because let's be honest, guys, you can't be too safe when you're doing stuff like this.
So that's all well and good that we're safe to go down the track with this car, but as you guys can see, we are not at the track, we're on the street. So I think we should go for a ride.
Yeah, it's not the easiest car to get into.
Once you get it figured out, it's really not that bad.
Now you got to get all the harnesses that you just sat on out from under.
It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, you can just do it old school and do the lap belt instead.
What's the fun in that?
But safety first, right?
Exactly.
So as you guys are seeing, it is a process to get this, to get in the car and get yourself situated, get all buckled up, and everything like that. But it's kind of fun. The only thing that sucks is when you get to this point and you're like, alrighty, we're good, let's start the car. And then you're like, I just forgot my phone.
And then you go somewhere without your phone.
Exactly, because I'm not getting out of the car and doing it again. So most of the time I leave stuff at home just because I'm too lazy to get back out of the car again once I've gotten in it.
Okay, that's tight. Ain't moving anywhere. I think we're secure.
We're good? All right, now we can start her up. This is the fun part.
Yes. Smell that race fuel.
Oh yeah.
Nothing better than smelling race fuel.
Now the car is warmed up, you can hear it, the idle changing a little bit. So we're good to go.
It's a casual little drive.
Oh yeah.
Well, everybody, we did have to do a bit of a location change due to the impending rainstorm, and you don't want to be stuck in the rain with slicks and skinnies. So big thanks to Nick for sharing his build with us. If you guys want to have your build featured on the channel, definitely send in your submissions. Can't wait to see what's going to come up next. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to Featured, hit that subscribe button and keep that hammer down.